Hello, guys. Welcome to Eurovision. I'm Marcia, and today I'm here with Palū from Latvia. She's participating at Supernova 2025 with her song Delusional. So, Palū, how are you?
Hi everyone, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling like really honored to have those interview with you. Thank you very much.
Before we start with the questions, I want to do a little dynamic with you. Do
Okay.
you like games?
I do. I'm not super azartic one who likes to win, but I like to take part in it.
This one is called Music Playlist Challenge.
Okay.
The first one is a song that reminds you of your childhood.
I was, to be honest, we were like, I even can't name one of them because I was literally having concerts every Sunday with my dad. And maybe I could say one of my songs, which we were, doing with him. And it was just like definitely played by guitar and had some dumb words and lyrics in it. But yeah, it would be my song, which was co-written with my dad.
Okay, can we know the name of that song?
It was called Natasha.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
suggestive. A song you wish you had written.
Coldplay Fix You.
Good answer. A song that represents your personality.
By now, Delusional, definitely.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
A guilty pleasure song.
Britney Spears. Definitely. In my bachelorette, I was Britney Spears.
Okay.
Some of Britney ones. I feel a little bit embarrassed when my friends, for example, some months ago, we were traveling to Nizza with my girlfriends and we were listening to Britney Spears song. That's like, I'm embarrassed a little bit, but I love them and I know all the lyrics.
Yeah, but I think Britney it's a very good pop artist. I don't think that's too that much of guilty pleasure. So
Yeah, maybe.
yeah. And to finish, an Eurovision song you would include on your playlist.
Can I name not this year's participants, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it could be like forever Eurovision from all time.
I really like Nemo songs. I really love it, and I was listening to it a lot, and I was like listening not only in terms of the song, but in terms of writing this one. So Nemo definitely, and I don't remember the name of a French guy. Uh,
Woman, Slimane.
Yes, this one is one of like wow songs, and is as if I'm super emotional girl. I love Duncan Lawrence and all this like stuff where we can cry a little bit more.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Can
actually, those songs are included in my playlist.
Palū, let's start like with these questions that I've prepared for you. You became known for to the Latvian public through X Factor, and I want to know how did that experience enrich you as an artist?
It was amazing to be part of X Factor because I was a fan of X Factor for many years. When I was a schoolgirl, I was watching the UK X Factor for many years. I knew everyone. I knew all the everything what happened, all
The
this
details.
gossips. Yes, and I was so into it. So becoming a part of X Factor Latvia was not just like just me finally in some TV show, but me in X Factor was like it was my dream, sort of, and I was so
Okay.
happy that Latvia have this franchise of X Factor, and I was the only girl in my team, which was also like very excited to think of it because like wow, I'm the only girl in the team of 25 plus, but still,
Wow.
It was amazing. And I think that it was both. It was, of course, very challenging because at this point, for example, now I'm a bit more experienced in TV shows and I know how to behave. At this point, at my start, it was I was more listening to everyone, and it
Okay.
didn't help me. And I think it was a bit like like I started somewhere here on the top, and I went a bit lower, which is also fine. It's also the experience, and the thing which I learned from after X Factor, that you can't stop. You just need to work, and
Yeah.
everything is gonna happen. Because as I see a lot and I feel all these participants, because they became my friends, and I see that some of them, they are just like a little bit depressed, because you think that after show everyone wants you. It doesn't happen like this, because you just need to continue. You just don't need to
Yeah.
stop, because it's your time to shine. Let's say. And
Yeah.
I also had my depressive months after X Factor, because I was wondering that, yes, now everyone will call me and will take me somewhere. And the biggest thing I've learned, and I want to say to all the musicians, that even after TV shows, even after all competitions, because I have a lot of musician friends which are competing in international levels, not only in TV shows. You just need to continue. You just need to do it. So X Factor for me was a big lesson, definitely.
Yes. And you feel like it's very much more important to listen to your guts maybe than the other people's speech.
Definitely. And I
Okay.
think 2 or 3 years, maybe there are 2 years after X Factor, or three, I don't know, maybe four. And even only now I understand that how it works,
Yeah.
because I was listening to everyone. I was, they were impacting with their with their saying, and only now I can just like be neutral, listen to them, say thank you, take it or not.
Okay. That's fantastic
Yes,
actually.
yes.
That's fantastic. I really want to know, like, we had a lot of interviews with Supernova artists, and I want to know from you, what are the main challenges you faced so far in the Latvian music industry?
Oh, a lot. A lot. Starting with the thing that I'm a Russian speaker in Latvia. That's
Hmm.
like the biggest challenge. But
Really?
yes, but um, years are going, and maybe I was thinking that maybe it's not about my language. It's more about my feeling inside, because I was always wondering what other people will say, because I
Yeah.
really write very good music in my native Russian language. What can I do? Because I was reading a lot in my childhood. I was doing, my
Hmm.
family is speaking, and it was the biggest challenge. But I think it's not about my country, it's about here. It was just like some of my thoughts, and that's it really didn't help me. And only now I start to think that everything is possible. And the second biggest challenge for me, for example, only now I also understand that I don't need to uh, read comments, listen to what other people say
It's
in
funny.
interview, or in some stuff.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
have I have a question for it later, and it's funny
Yes,
that you mentioned that.
and I just don't do it. And
Okay.
that's a challenge. That's a challenge, because it's always, you're very interested in everything. And I can open you a big secret. I really haven't listened to anyone from Latvia participants. I just know the snippets, and I didn't really. I'm sorry, but I know that it can impact me so much that it's better that I will just like see it live, or
Wow.
if, yeah, because
Yeah,
every time when when I'm
it's okay.
somewhere in competitions or in TV shows, if I see music one, when we see a lot of people who are competing with others, if I see a person who is stressed next to me, I will just go and sit in my corner. I will not talk to him. I will not take this stress and say, please, because I'm very empathic to people, and I feel them very well. This energy. That's why it's better for me to stay away from everything.
No, I think that's fantastic because it helps you to be more grounded. Like, okay, this is what I want to do with myself, and not pay attention to all these negative thoughts about
Yes.
contestants and what people think about the song. I think that's a good way to go in the competition. So
Yes, thank you. For me, yes. For me, definitely. It's like the only thing. How can I
yeah,
concentrate on myself? That's it.
yeah, but it's very curious at the same time because no one ever told me like, oh, I didn't listen to the other songs.
Yes, you
Maybe.
know,
Yeah.
it took me years to understand that it's better to do like this.
Yeah, but I think that's fantastic to protect yourself in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Palū, what motivated you to participate in Supernova 2025?
3 years of trying.
So
Three
since
years of my fails.
2021, yeah.
Yes, you know, like it started 3 years ago. My first song was co-written with my English friend, who is actually a great musician. But it wasn't my song. I was, it was just like I told him my idea because I was so
Okay.
scared to write music in English, and he was native speaker, and it was easier for me to give all responsibility to him,
Yeah.
and it didn't work. And at first, of course, I was like sad, but then I understand that maybe I want to take part in Supernova with my lyrics, with my meaning in this song, not only just some thoughts. Then the previous year we also were writing like in a big team. It didn't work. I was upset more because this time I was writing this song as well, and I was um, imagining how my performance will should look like, and it when I didn't go to Supernova, it was sad, really. And this year I feel like when you got to this point, you understand why all these years was rejections, why you failed, sort of
Yeah.
failed. Because now also this year I was not imagining, because all my friends were like, but this song is really great, you should, like, you will be in Supernova, are you thinking about your performance? I was like, no, let me first get into I'm not making mistakes
Yeah.
again. So yes, and this year I was I understand the meaning why I am here, because this song is my mirroring my feeling of music, because I'm a really rocky girl, and I used to have a rock band. I used to do this, like, I like to be both beautiful and rocky, but sometimes I was afraid to open my rocky delusional part.
Rockiness, yeah.
Yes, and
Okay.
now I'm so happy that only this year I'm starting a Supernova with
Yeah.
this song.
Maybe it is the right time.
Definitely, yes, I feel it.
Yeah, I reacted to your song and I
I
really love
know.
it. I really
Thank you.
love it. I think it's a great proposal for this contest. But I want to know, what can you tell us about? You said that it's like a mirror from you to yourself, but
Hmm.
what are the main message behind the song, and how was the creative process of writing the song and all of that?
So the song is about violence, emotional, like being in toxic relationship, and I think it could be, it could resonate to a lot of people. And for me, I was just like, I also am working with psychologists on this topic a lot, and I think this song really helped me, because now I understand that I want to say to everyone that you deserve more. You don't deserve these toxic people, and there is a person uh, who are you. you think you are searching one of this good prince, let's call it like good, like normal relationship, let's call it like this.
Yeah.
And at this point the magic happens. This person is also thinking about you, and you will meet definitely at what time. So this song is about, yes, toxic relationship, delusional guy who is together with a girl. Actually we were writing about abusive, really abusive relationship, where angel boy who is standing, like whom we see together with her, let's call it like this, and who is angel boy to everyone, to his family, to his friends. And then you got go home, and he just hits you, or he just hits you not only with some by punching, but also with words, which sometimes is even like worse. And I also was one of these girls. That's why I know what I'm talking about. That was together with this kind of guys.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel all this, unfortunately, all these bad parts of relationship, and I know that we all deserve more. We all deserve love, and we don't need to get stressed while we are getting home. So this song is about, definitely about it, and it's divided into three parts. And by this dividing, it also was on purpose.
Okay.
I was dividing it just because I wanted to show this girl stage. For example, when the guy meets a girl and she's in her best look, in her best, fresh, I don't know, sportic, fit
Yeah.
shape, and he meets her and she feels like, okay, let's try. Then she gets angry on him in the, I don't know, middle of relationship. She gets angry, but the only angriness she can, for example, for me, I was writing songs when I was feeling angry, because I couldn't open my angriness to this person. And at the end you get delusional together with him, because there is delusional part, it's like the second verse. And it's also like a bit crazy, because I wanted to reflect this guy, how delusional he is and how delusional you become together with him, and it's not okay. So yeah, I want to play a little bit, make it more fun, and explain everyone that no, we don't deserve it. We deserve love.
Yes. Well, I only can thank you for share a little bit of this message, because I think that's really important for us to be aware of not only romantic toxic relationships, but also like it could be a toxic friend or a toxic relative. So
Parents also,
thank you
yeah.
so much for sharing these thoughts on this subject, because I really think that's really really important to talk about it.
Thank you.
So Palū, how was the experience of working with Robert and Jorens? I think that's how we pronounce their names on this project.
Yes, it was surprisingly good. you know, uh, I can say that I'm a lucky one, because it was a songwriting camp where you can't choose with whom you want to work. And the night before this day,
Okay.
when we were working together with Robert, and his name is Jorans in Latvian. Jorans,
Jorans.
yeah.
Okay.
And but it's okay. It's also like it's fine. And I was going to sleep and wondering, like, I want to write a song with Robert, and I also need some. I like. I'm 31, and I like when somebody younger is co-writing, because he or she is giving me some fresh thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was thinking about him, really. And yeah, the next day, these organizers told us that we are working all together, and it was a big surprise. And I was like, at the end of the day, I was sitting like, wow. So yeah, for example, I told this to Rob as well, because at first he was super, he was not smiling. You see, I'm smiling 24 hours per day, but he
Yeah.
was not smiling, and I was giving him my stupid jokes, and listening how he behaves, and he was never smiling, and I was like, why am I so dumb for what? But okay, he didn't smile, and at the end of the day, it was a great song because he felt me so well, and he was super strict. And it was because usually when I come, everyone is listening to my thoughts as well, and he was like, no, I know how to do these things, you need this and this and this. And I was like, okay, because sometimes you need to listen to the smarter ones. And at the end of the day, I was feeling so blessed that I was together with them. And of course, we didn't like finish the exact song, so I had to come back to the studio. And at this second session, I told him, I was afraid of you. He was like, why? I was like, you were not reacting to my jokes. He was like, really? And we were laughing a lot. And he was like, do I really look like this? I was like, but I know that sometimes they're like, all my best friends at first were like this, were like super strict, or sometimes not talking or not smiling, and at the end of the day we become like really bonded. So I was like, that's why I knew that we're gonna get bonded with you as well.
Yeah.
It was amazing, really.
Yeah, it's about manifesting, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think I prefer those kind of people, because when people are too nice at the beginning, it's like
I don't
something's
believe them.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, something's really, really off. It's like all the love bombing and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel you. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Palū, you said you didn't listen to the other songs, but can I know how has been your interaction with the other contestants so far?
Sure.
Like, have you met some of them? How it was?
Yes, I have. Like, I didn't listen to anyone, but there are a lot of my friends who are taking part there. So when we got known who are these participants of Supernova, we all are in Instagrams, and we were just like, "Oh, congratulations! I'm so happy for you! I'm so happy for you!" And that's like, I wrote to everyone whom I know that we're like, of course I'm happy for them, like, really. And there are a lot of people with whom we are, for example, going to one singing coach. And I was just like having my singing lesson some days ago, and Luca came into, and we were just like, I was filming it because I was recording how I'm singing, and we were just like hugging, and it was so amazing. And we're just like, there are some really warm people. So this Supernova is super special. Supernova super special, not because of the songs itself, because they are super big, a lot of them. But it's about people, because I'm sure that we all gonna like be in one big like family there. I think so. I see it like this, because some of them are really my friends. So.
And I know you can't say too much, but I have to ask this question because I'm very curious, and our audience as well. What details about the staging of this song can you reveal to us? Maybe some tiny things?
I can reveal a little bit. I really like to speak about
Great.
it. Yes, I will not say much, but this year is very special, not only for me as a Palū artist, but also from a dancing team whose name is House of Berries. And we already made like two big shows in one Latvian British Got Talent franchise called We Have a Talent. And we made like two big performances, which were including not only dances, but my singing as well. And we showed something different. And I'm not like I don't want to sound like mean, like we are the best, blah blah blah. But I heard from a lot of people that Latvia has never seen this kind of performances, because we are not afraid. We are not afraid to be not only just sexy, because we are sexy, not only
Yeah.
sexy but also ugly in a good way, and we are not afraid of laughing for by speaking some about some themes, and that's our berry cherry on the top. And I gonna take part with them, of course, and we're gonna make some, again, great performance which will surprise everyone, because it's not only about song. I believe it's also about performance, and
Yeah.
we want to surprise people.
Wow. Now
Yes.
I'm really intrigued and excited to see
We
it.
too. Yes. And also the other thing is that I also believe that song, yes, personality song is it's like a first thing that we can now um, as, estimate for, yes, but in the
Yeah.
future this performance consists not only from a good singing, it also consists of good performance and
Yeah.
good style. And
That's really important.
yes, and also I'm working with my friend stylist with whom we are working starting from X Factor, and we are also creating some interesting stuff. I think it's also gonna surprise and make you look at us at some different point.
Okay. It's going to be like sexy, ugly, and bold,
Fashionista.
maybe at the same time. Okay, I'm really, really excited to
But
see
we are
it.
not afraid to be delusional. That's like that
Mm,
was my first thing when I said to choreographer, like, let's be delusional.
perfect. Looking forward. If you win Supernova, what would it mean for you to represent Latvia on the Eurovision stage in Basel?
It's my dream to participate in Eurovision. It's really like something which I feel that I can do. I'm super ready for it, and I think Latvia will be proud of me representing Latvia in
At
Eurovision,
Eurovision, yeah.
at Eurovision. Yes, and I will do my best. Because I know every time when I come to the stage, I'm not thinking only about myself. I'm thinking about all the team. And if you stay at Eurovision stage, I will definitely think not only how should I look, but how should I represent my country. And I will be very like it. My dream will come true. Yeah, because I know I deserve it, and I know that I'm super ready for it. Really.
And after Supernova, like if you don't win and if you don't go to Eurovision, do you have plans to release more music, perhaps an album? What are the plans after Supernova?
I think it should be singles, like just like songs, not an album, because I think people more listen to exact song if it's not an album.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, of
yeah,
course, my dream is to make some EP or album as well. I'm still thinking of it, but yes, definitely I'm working on it. I have a lot of demos, and I'm waiting for them to because they are just like one of them. I think my next single, that's what I'm thinking about. It's also gonna be together with Rob, and it's also gonna be like the next part of Delusional,
Ooh,
something like this. Yes.
that's really really exciting.
Yeah. Me
And so we can expect a new single, maybe,
definitely. Yes.
definitely, not maybe, definitely. And is there a dream collaboration you'd like to achieve in your career?
I've never thought of it. I don't know the name of producers who made Nemo songs, but I would love to make some songs with them. And to be honest, I really want to go abroad to some songwriting camps because it works for me. When I have some tricky situation, when I have to write song for 2 hours, I always do like the best songs. I don't know
Ooh.
how it happens. And
So you
so
work well under pressure.
yes, yes. And Delusional was written in a songwriting camp, and I like to work in team. So
Yeah.
I need some more heads, and it's always like, for example, if I write it by myself, it should be only piano and me crying next to the piano. And if I write it with some other people, they give me some bouncing emotions, and I definitely want to try my skills. And I know I also like can do like really good songs abroad. So it should be really nice.
Okay. I know one of the guys that made the code. He's from Norway.
Yes.
I can give you his contact if you want.
Yes, it would be nice. Yes.
Yeah, but he's very
I
talented,
think he's very busy.
and the song is really really good.
Yes,
Yeah, I agree
it's
with you.
production.
Yeah. So Palū, just to finish, I want to do this last dynamic with you. It's called Name One. I'll give you some topics, and you'll have to answer just one of these things, like the best thing that comes up into your mind about this. One artist. It could be a painter, a singer, an actor, an actress. You choose.
Chris Martin. It's my favorite band. But,
Love that answer.
yes.
I saw them live in 2011.
Shut up.
They are
Failed this year.
just so amazing. Like,
Oh my
yeah,
god. I feel so bad. I feel so bad about myself. How could I do this? I
yeah.
didn't.
You'll have the chance.
I hope so. I hope so. Because for Adele, I'm sorry. Again, I don't know what happened. I was having a lot of work. For Adele, again, 7 years. God.
Yeah, Adele is amazing too. I haven't seen her live as well, but she's definitely amazing. You have a great musical taste, I should tell.
Pop one. Pop one.
So, one movie.
One movie. I can't name one, but some days ago I watched a movie called it's called Challenging with Angelina Jolie. I was crying my heart out. It is amazing. It is drama, and it is. I love thrillers.
Thrillers,
Yes,
yeah.
and I also like when story is based on a real story.
Mm,
And I was surprised. This movie actually is about how small women power was in 1920s, 1930s. Like we couldn't vote, we couldn't do anything, and and I was like watching it now when I'm becoming more adult, let's say like this. I'm wondering like, wow, we are living in a beautiful world, because nowadays we can write a post on Facebook, we can write a TikTok,
yes.
and everyone should react. And so if you haven't watched it, Challenging with Angelina Jolie, amazing. And of course, I like a lot of Netflix shit, and because I work a lot.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm a dentist, and I work
Oh,
like a lot of like concentrated work. I'm like a
yeah.
surgeon, and when I come home, I just want to have like chilled evening, Netflix and chill.
Yeah. You just need your TV trash at the end
Yes,
of the day.
at the
Yeah.
end of the day, yeah, definitely.
So, talking about, no, not yet,
Hmm.
but one book.
The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. Actually, the movie is also great, but this book is just like what? And I think everyone, even very busy people, can read it for one evening, because it's wow, you can't
Yeah.
stop.
One TV show. Talking about TV trash, one TV show.
RuPaul Drag Race.
One album.
Actually, let's speak about the newest ones. I'm a fan of Linkin Park, and I love their latest album. I really love it.
Yeah.
I haven't been to their concert yet, and I've heard a lot of controversial stuff about this concert, about her. But I think you should be brave to become somewhere like this, become some part of this band. And I love their latest album. But of course, I also can name Linkin Park Meteora.
One memory.
Memory.
Yeah,
Oh,
like a precious one.
I have a lot of like every day is happening something to me, and I can write a book about it actually. But the yesterday we were playing with my boyfriend one game which was called Talking Hearts, and there was like some questions to each other, and there was a question like who did inspire you recently, and he answered his answer like his thought, and I was thinking about it, and I could say that I was my inspiration. But some weeks ago we were taking part in TV show, in this one, and it was the first TV show where I felt super free, super me.
Yeah.
And after my latest performance I started to cry, and usually, I'm behaving as a very how to say, strong woman who is not
Yeah.
crying, who is just like taking everything as a granted, like, okay, if you don't take me, you don't take me, blah blah blah. But and we had like, I had a whole team of dancers, and I was like, okay, if even if I start crying by myself, it's okay. It was my song. It
It
was like
is.
me
Yeah.
singing, and I started to cry, and I was watching to my team, looking back, and everyone was crying. And this is something which I was never ever feeling before. And all my team, we were like, we're still thinking about this moment, and I want to, sometimes when I close my eyes, I'm still there.
Wow. One person.
One person, one,
One.
only
Just
one.
one.
Parent, you choose who.
One place. Your favorite place on earth.
I like Bali, I like Asia, I like Bali. I felt really happy there, very free. And a year ago I was in Thailand. I felt the same. I couldn't pick one because it was just like with different people, different emotions. But in Asia, I feel different like culture, and they are all more free than us. We are sometimes, we just want to be framed in some political stuff, in some economical stuff, in some, rules that we have to be like this or that. And in Asia, everyone like can help you. Their hearts are more open. So
Yeah.
that's the place where I feel absolutely me, and I am not worrying how do I look. And I think that when we are not worried about our appearance, we look like the best version of us, because you don't think about others. You're just feeling loved, feeling blessed. And let's say if it's one place, it was in Thailand. We were living in a mountain in like small triangle house in a jungle, in the middle of a jungle, and it was just like small house. Let's say this small house with one mattress on the floor, and I felt absolutely happy there because I was, reading and just sleeping and listening to all animals, which are so super close to me, and I can't touch them, but I hear them, and it was amazing.
Those are the things money can't buy.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely no. Money. Yesterday, also in this talking hearts, were money or love. Of course, love. Never like, yes, we need money to be happy. We need money to go to Thailand, but love can give everything.
Yeah.
Like, and can push you to all the best.
You can have money through love, like doing the things you love.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. So with that said, one feeling.
One feeling, love. Definitely, definitely. I'm always like this. I'm very warm, like, to everyone, and I'm very open-hearted. And if I feel some fake, we will not become friends, because I very I'm feeling energies. Am I dumb?
Yeah,
Am I delusional or not? But I'm feeling energies, and if I feel some fake,
yeah. I
then no.
think we all can pick up weird energy. Sometimes we are not awakened to trust our gut, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. I totally agree. Yes.
Yeah. And to finish, one guilty pleasure. You said Britney Spears later, maybe. I don't know. You have another?
But it's not about artists. It's about
Yeah,
some
it's about everything. One guilty
peanut
pleasure.
butter.
That's great. I think that's just pleasure, not guilty at all. But yeah, I
You
understand
know
your
how I
point.
eat it? I no, I will not. Okay, I don't eat it with the bread. I put it in tortilla. I put it in tortilla and eat it. Like I cannot eat for the whole day, but I will make my peanut butter toast with tortilla. That's it. Like I don't know. Maybe there's some Mexican blood here.
Yeah,
Mexican American, something like this. Yeah.
yeah. Palū, just to finish, and it was a lovely time for me. So thank you so much
Yeah.
for
Thank
for
you.
it. To wrap up our interview, could you leave a message to Eurovision followers, to Delusional fans, to your fans? What do you have to say to them?
I want to thank everyone who is listening to my song, who is together with me in my team, let's call it like this, and believe in love. Believe there, even though, like, let's just listen to this song and leave all toxic in this song. uh, Scream all toxic in this chorus, but then go out if you're sad, or if you can't go out of this type of relationship, whenever, with whom it could be. You are stronger, you deserve love, and I wish you all the best, really. Like, thank you for being part of my team.
Palū, thank you so much. Guys, don't forget to watch Supernova semifinal on 1st February, and to vote for Delusional for it to go to the finals. And Palū, thank you so much for your
Thank you.
time. It was
It was
so
amazing.
lovely. It was
Thank
amazing as
you.
well.
Thank you. And you're a great interviewer. You
Thank
are
you.
so well prepared, and thank you very much. Amazing.
Thank you so much for saying that. It really warms my heart.
Yes.
Thank you. We
Good
see
luck.
each
Thank you.
other.
Yes. Bye bye.